Welcome back to the Roe Jogan Experiment, everybody. 4 hours today. We're going live. We're watching this Starship blow up or fly or whatever it's going to do. But before we even get into it, please remember to subscribe and hit the like button. I'm here with the smartest man in the universe, Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson, and the loudest man in the universe, Mr. Alex Jones. Gentlemen, thank you for coming on during a literal planetary emergency.
Happy to be here, Ro. Always good to talk science, especially rocketry. This is just a test of the most powerful machine humans have ever built.
It's not a machine, Neil. It's a sacrificial obelisk. 33 segments on the booster. 33, the same number as the Scottish Rite. They're lighting the Longhorn Cauldron under Boca Chica to pay the blood debt to Nibiru.
Hold on, Alex. Let Neil finish his sentence, bro. He's trying to explain the Raptor engines.
Thank you, Ro. So the Super Heavy booster has 33 Raptor engines because that configuration maximizes thrust to weight while keeping the grid fin control authority. It's just Newton's laws applied at scale.
Newton was a Rosicrucian, Neil. He hid the alchemical secrets in the Principia. Every time you say Newton's third law, you're literally invoking the law of demonic reciprocity. For every action, there is an equal and opposite resurrection of the ancient dragon kings.
I'm not gonna lie, Neil. When those 33 engines light, it does look like the gates of hell opening. And the flame trench, did you see the flame trench? It's a pentagram if you overlay the site plan with the Texas survey grid from 1836.
Ro, that's pareidolia. The trench is shaped that way for gas dynamics and structural load. The concrete has to redirect 500,000 pounds of thrust without turning into plasma.
500,000 pounds of thrust directed into the ley line node, Neil. That beach is where the Karankawa Indians vanished overnight in 1858. The Anunnaki took them as the first tribute, and now Elon's paying the installment plan with every longhorn that wanders too close to the pad. I've got the rancher affidavits.
I gotta be honest, Neil, I was out there last week doing ayahuasca with some of the engineers, and one of them, off record, told me the static fire tests are timed to lunar perigee because the gravitational constant isn't actually constant when Nibiru's in the ecliptic.
That is not how any of this works. The timing is about weather windows and range availability. Gravitational constant is measured to 12 decimal places. It does not fluctuate with imaginary planets.
Imaginary? Zecharia Sitchin translated the Sumerian tablets before your precious James Webb even existed. The 12th planet is on a 3,600-year elliptical orbit, and it's making its slingshot right now. That's why the Starship has the exact same height as the Tower of Babel if you measure in Royal Egyptian cubits.
394 feet? Alex says, and if you multiply 394 by the golden ratio, you get the exact distance from the pad to the giant Luciferian owl statue at Bohemian Grove. I did the math on mushroom tea. It checks out. Neil, Ro, the height is driven by propellant volume and delta V requirements to orbit. It's the Tsiolkovsky rocket equation. Nothing more.
Tsiolkovsky was funded by the same Bolshevik occultist who gave Tesla the death ray plans. You're reading from the sanitized textbook, Neil. The real equation includes the soul mass coefficient.
See, this is what I'm saying. Neil keeps saying it's just engineering, but every single time they do a hop, the cattle within a 5-mile radius start giving blue milk. I have the lab reports.
Blue milk? That would require tyrosine hydroxylase pathway disruption on a massive scale. That's not physically possible from a rocket launch.
It's not the rocket, Neil. It's the frequency. 432 hertz stacked on 33 engines creates a harmonic torsion field that shears the pineal gland right out of the bovine skull and funnels it into the collection grid under the orbital launch mount.
And the orbital launch mount has those giant QR codes on the legs. I scanned one at 3 a.m. during the last attempt, and it took me to a .onion site that just said, "Your soul is tender. Thank you for your service."
Those QR codes link to the SpaceX telemetry dashboard. I've scanned them myself.
That's what they want you to think, Neil. You're the perfect shill because you actually believe the cover story. They let you keep your bow tie and your planetarium so you can lull the normies to sleep while the reptilians harvest the alpha cattle.
Speaking of cattle, did you see the chopsticks? Those giant arms that catch the booster? They're literally the arms of Enki reaching out of the abyss. And when they caught Tower for the first time, the timestamp was 9/11 Central Time.
Coincidences in clock readings do not imply
9/11 was the first payment, Neil. The Twin Towers were the first set of chopsticks. They lowered the vibrational field of Manhattan so the Anunnaki could start collecting human souls at scale, and now they're upgrading to orbital collection with the Texas portal.
And here's the thing that'll bake your noodle, Neil. Elon keeps calling it catching the tower. But if you slow down the audio and reverse it, he's saying Khepri returns. Khepri, the Egyptian scarab god who rolls the sun across the sky. The sun, Ra, Ra's al Ghul, Batman. It's all connected.
I can't even begin to address the linguistic gymnastics there.
You can't because you're not initiated. Level 33 and above only, Neil. You stopped at the York Rite because you didn't want to drink from the skull of Sam Houston.
Countdown to T-minus 8 minutes, boys. Flame deflectors are opening. Look at that. It's literally the mouth of Moloch.
Those are water-cooled steel plates to protect the pad surface. Perfectly normal.
Water-cooled with the tears of orphaned longhorns, Neil. They pipe the rendered fat through the deluge system to lubricate the portal.
Ignition sequence start. Look at those outer engines lighting first. That's the pentagram ignition pattern again. And Elon just tweeted, "Let the souls flow." I'm not making that up. It's right there.
Neil, he did not tweet that.
He deleted it in 0.8 seconds, Neil, but the blockchain doesn't forget. I have the hash.
30 seconds. Neil, last chance to admit this is a ritual before the sky tears open.
It's just a rocket. It's just physics. It's just Newton's third law one more time.
For every action, there is an equal and opposite return of the gods, Neil.
Liftoff. Holy shit, look at the plasma vortex under the grid fins. That's not normal exhaust. That's a Stargate forming.
That's perfectly normal for Methalox at full throttle.
Methalox is just the modern name for the alchemical elixir. Methane plus oxygen equals the breath of Tiamat.
Stay separation. Hot staging ring looks exactly like the Saturn death cult black sun symbol if you squint.
It's a vent for the pressure differential during...
It's the Black Sun opening, Neil. The Vril Society designed this exact ring in 1944. Elon got the blueprints from Operation Paperclip scientists who never died. They uploaded their souls into the Tesla bot.
Booster flip complete. Chopsticks are reaching. This is it, boys. The collection is beginning.
It's just a controlled return using cold gas thrusters.
Cold gas my ass! Those are soul extraction beams powered by the 0-point module they stole from my warehouse in 1997.
Contact. Tower caught. The arms are hugging it. They're hugging the obelisk. It's tender. It's loving. The Anunnaki are pleased.
Congratulations to the SpaceX team on a successful catch. Engineering triumph.
Triumph of the horns, Neil. Look at the replay. When the booster pins locked, the shockwave formed the bullhead of Moloch in the clouds. I'm enhancing it right now.
Neil, I respect you, bro, but you gotta admit, that was too clean. No human team pulls that off on the first try unless something else is flying the ship.
Years of simulation and iterative design.
Elon's body is just a meat puppet for the consciousness of Roe Jogan from the year 2047. Look at him. Same jawline, same obsession with elk meat. He sent his DNA back in a boron nitride capsule and grew a clone body in the Giga Texas basement. That's why you keep platforming him, Roe. You're narcissistically servicing your future self.
I've had dreams where I'm tall and South African and I'm eating psychedelic mushrooms on Mars? You're saying those aren't dreams?
They're memories, Roe. The veil is thinning. The rocket just collected the annual tribute, and now the timeline is merging.
I need to go lie down.
Meal, before you leave, just one question. If it's really just Newton's third law, why does my pineal gland feel like it just got milked?
Because it did, Roe. Welcome to the next level. The Longhorns are gone, the portal is closed for another year, and your future clone just bought Twitter again with soul credits.
That's it for today, folks. We just watched the end of the world and the beginning of the Elk Empire. Neil, Alex, thank you. Please remember to subscribe and hit the like button. And if you see any floating Anunnaki orbs tonight, don't look directly at them. We out.